What's going on, YouTubers? Game Time with Kyle here. Today we are going to be doing an unboxing and system overview. We love those system overviews of the mighty, often forgot about, but loved by many, ColecoVision. That's right, this great game system sort of was a rival for Atari back in the early 80s. We're going to be taking a look, this is a nice little box here. We're going to be taking a look at the system itself. We're probably going to kind of take a tour around the system, kind of show off what it looks like. And we're going to be playing probably a game, possibly two games, just to show off what they look like. And we're going to be doing it all next on another system overview here on Game Time with Kyle. Let's stay tuned. Alright, as you can see, this is the back of the box. Actually kind of shows off my shadows on the way here. Shows off some of these great arcade games. Donkey Kong, we have some chess, skiing. I gotta get a lot of these games. They look kind of fun. Ladybug, sort of a Pac-Man clone. More Donkey Kong again. Look at that, from Nintendo. And not only that, but Turbo and Zaxxon both, look at that, from Sega. That's pretty interesting. So, Cosmic Avenger, very fun. Down here, some horse racing. All these fun things. Some blackjack poker looks pretty good. Everybody loves Mr. Turtle Carnival. You wouldn't think would be very interesting, but it's kind of a fun little game. I do have that one as well. So, let's you can see what the controllers look like and the games themselves. For color TV viewing only, so your black and whites won't work. Let's take a look at a little bit of an unboxing. I always hate doing this one-handed. It makes me look a little weird. Side view, by the way. Yeah, and it comes with Donkey Kong for the ColecoVision, so that's pretty interesting. As I am unboxing styrofoam and everything, as I am doing an unboxing, I do just want to give a shout out to where I got it. It's a handy little website called Atari2600.com. And they have, obviously, not only a bunch of great classic Atari games, but ColecoVision, Intellivision, Vectrex, the Arcadia, original NES as well, Nintendo. So they got all your 80s gaming needs covered. Whew, quite a workout there. There's the styrofoam package. But yeah, Atari2600.com, and you can buy some loose cartridges. You can buy some Galhastic game systems like I did as well, and including some games complete in their original box and manual, and they're all just really solid prices, guaranteed to work. Joe's the guy kind of owns it, so definitely check him out if you're interested in some gaming systems or the games themselves. Check them out. It's a great company, and it's a nice small company right here in the good old USA. You'll be helping him out. So I did take this is an unboxing here. A couple items are missing. I have the RF switch that you hook up to the back of your TV. It did come with that, and that is currently hooked up to the back of my TV. So that's actually what goes in there. Here's another sort of piece that comes with that. But look at this, all the original instruction manuals for the ColecoVision and everything. There's that RF switch I was mentioning. Donkey Kong, the adapter, kind of how it hooks up. This is nice. This is obviously a little stained from, 30 years. Color tuning instructions, how to adjust your color on your TV. Pretty cool. Nice manual here, or I shouldn't say manual, but no, this is not a manual, but kind of what's it called? Catalog of some of these classic ColecoVision games. Zex and Cosmic Avenger, Mousetrap, definitely love that game. That's pretty fun. Sidetrack looks pretty fun. Never played that one yet. Donkey Kong. So you can see kind of their original arcade cabinets and what they look like on the ColecoVision. Definitely a big step up from the Atari 2600, but not quite as good as some of the NES versions of the game. Here's the adapter itself. This is a beast. It will make all the Xbox adapters look pretty small in comparison, but that is huge just right from the start compared to the system itself. It's big, it's heavy, and the ColecoVision 1980s at their finest. Kind of a big heavy system itself, but one of the reasons why it does have this port for the controllers. The controllers are plugged in to the console itself. As you can kind of see right there, it's kind of hard on black, but they plug into the console themselves, and you can kind of pull them out. And yeah, definitely use them a little far away from the console. The system itself on the front, ColecoVision. There's expansion modules now. As far as I'm aware, these kind of slide up. There was a couple expansion modules released for it. Two of which actually are shown right here on the cover. Expansion one that allows you to play your classic Atari 2600 games on the ColecoVision. Imagine if something like that were to happen today, like on the PlayStation 3 had a Xbox expansion where you could play 360 games on your PS3. That's essentially what it was like back in the day. Module number 2 had a nice, I believe it was kind of a steering wheel for some driving games. And module number 3 is a kind of a Atom add-on with Coleco Atom computer back in the day. It kind of turned the ColecoVision itself into a little bit of a nice little personal computer. So I gotta get those definitely in the near future for sure. The Atari expansion, that'd be pretty neat. And I wonder if expansion module 3 we can get at a relatively reasonable price. Here's where the cartridges go, and the system itself. Not a whole lot. Kind of toss those in there. Not a whole lot else really on the system. We have the normal on and off switches, a nice reset button, as a lot of classic consoles have. Then just on the back, kind of where the power goes, kind of unique jack there. There's where the antenna goes into the TV, and that's very hard to reach down in there, but that's kind of something on these classic consoles that change between channel 3 and 4, which channel you want that on. Just some wear and tear on an old label on the bottom, not a whole lot, just some fan or vents here. Nice little rubberized grips are pretty neat. And of course, nothing too much on the side. They're pretty dark blacks. So that is the ColecoVision in a nutshell. We'll put. I kind of like these. At first, I thought it was kind of weird having these little controller trays, but I've really grown to be a fan of these. That's handy. That is very nice. That way controllers aren't laying all over the place. They're always connected to the system itself. So let's say we hook this up, and why don't we play at least 2 games, at least for a moment or two, just to kind of show off what how they look and how they run on the mighty ColecoVision. By the way, this was the only console Coleco has ever made, so sad fact, but still lives on today. And let's play a little bit. Let's do it next. Alright, just an by the way, I did forget to mention, here's what the actual cartridges themselves look like. For example, there's the Donkey Kong cartridge, which we'll be playing here in just a second. And compared to how the Atari 2600 cartridges look, are like that. So kind of a nice little size comparison. They're pretty close in size. They kind of even look the same. And what kind of differentiates is the back. These are clearly where the nice little plastic inserts will go that fit over these controllers. Nice little inserts, but none of my games have that, sadly. That's what happens secondhand. So, very much similar in size. I know the Atari, for example, does not have that. And the system, or the games themselves, I should say, slides right into the system like that, clicks down, and there we go. We're ready to play some ColecoVision Donkey Kong. Here we go. Alright, ColecoVision presents Donkey Kong from Nintendo. Like, at least on these ColecoVision games, all the games themselves are kind of start out the same way, kind of with that title screen and then this. So we'll hit number one, just kind of play an easy Donkey Kong here. As you can see, especially when compared to the Atari 2600, and we'll probably do an actual comparison video between that, the ColecoVision, and why not the Nintendo Vision in the near future. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking for my remote. And yeah, Atari, Coleco, and the NES version in the near future. We'll probably do like a comparison and kind of show off differences and whatnot. But compared to the Atari 2600 version, the Coleco is much more superior in many, many ways. But of course, then the Atari 7800 version came out a couple of years later. Oh no! A couple of years later for the 7800, and that ended up being even more superior to this. So definitely a lot more of an arcade port. But that's kind of what Coleco was back then. They kind of really ported their games as being arcade ports. And for the most part, sound-wise, absolutely. Graphics, pretty darn close, considering how old the system was and how good the arcade games usually look. So calling this an arcade perfect port, or maybe not perfect, but a true arcade port, yeah, I can definitely see that. This is a very impressive game. Dang it. Let's at least get to the second stage on this. These old arcade games, man, they're so catchy though. Alright, I'm actually not going to worry about points too terribly much. I'm just going to get to the top of the screen as quick as we can. Here we go. A lot of people will look at the controller for the ColecoVision as well and kind of think it looks pretty weird, and it is kind of weird to hold. You kind of got to hold it in the middle and use the buttons and joysticks, kind of like how you would on the Atari, because the joystick itself is very nice, very responsive, but just the rest of the phone-looking controller is pretty tricky. Alright. We gotta get this fire down here. What? Oh, that's not right. We should have got him on that. Alright. Might notice the stages are a little bit out of order too. Oh, nice. Because in the arcade, I believe this was the second stage. I know it definitely was on the NES version. And then the big fire at the fire dudes at the end on the third stage. Actually, the arcade itself did have 4 stages, but they often forgot about Pie Factory, which didn't appear even on the NES version. Jumping on this thing is crazy. Alright, so that's Donkey Kong for the ColecoVision. Let's put a mousetrap and then we'll wrap the video up. Alright, mousetrap it is, 1982. There's that startup screen again, just every game just has that, and I actually kind of like it. ColecoVision presents the game company's game, and then the title of the game. and then some of these skill points here. Mousetrap is most like Pac-Man. We're this mouse here in the middle, and we're dodging, of course, 4 cats, not to be confused with 4 ghosts. And we're going around the maze trying to get as many dots as we can. We're going to eat some cheese up here for some points. The power pellets from Pac-Man are kind of replaced by those X's at the top of the screen. And what they do is when we hit the number 5 button here on the Coleco controller, and that turns us into a dog. And we can essentially, maybe not eat the cats, but at least get the cats. And I was a little too slow on that one. Otherwise, the rest of the buttons, the number 1 button here on the kind of weirdly shaped Coleco controller is for red doors. As you can see, doors red move on the screen. Number 2 is for the yellow doors, kind of open and close them. And 3 is for the blue doors. This thing here in the middle that says in, I know it's a little tricky to see on the screen here. We go in here and we're going to come out one of the 4 corners. Here we appeared at the lower left-hand corner. It's random every time, so if we go into that thing again, we're going to come out of a different corner. Let's hit that 5 button here. Good timing. Let's see if we can get some cheese. This is kind of pretty fun to trap the cats in some places as well. But we can actually go in these corners here and appear at the end. So for example, we'll do that. Oh, appeared at the lower left-hand corner again. Alright, so let's finish up this first maze here, and then we'll wrap things up here on this edition of Game Time. Not bad so far. 3 bonuses. Let's turn into a dog. We might be able to get 3 cats there. Here's another bonus. Alright, it's 1 dot left. And there we go. Level complete, 10,000 points. Of course, we are playing it on a pretty easy difficulty, so no surprise there. Alright, I'm just going to finish up by continuing to play this game, but otherwise, everybody, thanks for watching the ColecoVision system overview. We kind of showed off a little bit what the console itself looks like, at least 2 games, the controllers for it, etc. And yeah, definitely it has just a really great library. Definitely worth checking out if you love some of these classic vintage games like the Atari and Intellivision and whatnot. ColecoVision often forgot about, and I suppose with today's modern younger audience, probably never even heard of this before. So hopefully this is a good introduction, or at least, well, let's be truthful, a semi-okay introduction to the ColecoVision. These videos aren't professional in any way. But otherwise, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for checking out other videos in our playlist too. We do them a little bit differently, like we'll have a Nintendo playlist, and all Sega playlist, all Atari playlist. This is definitely going in our all Coleco playlist, so definitely check out other videos in our collection as well. Some seizure-inducing tag screens. So thanks for subscribing, everybody. Thanks for liking the video. Leave a comment on your favorite ColecoVision game of all time, and definitely check out our Facebook group page. Have a fun little community going on there. So everybody, take care. Thanks for watching, and stay classic. Peace out.